Well, hello there, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Reviewcade. I'm Nick alongside
Andrew!
and we're playing more Miles
We
Morales.
gotta disarm some bombs!
Yep, and I gotta take care of the underground. Oh god, this is...
Oh,
Come
SpaghettiOs.
on, come on, come on, come on.
Meow.
Oh, god! What I like about the combat is just... I mean, it's kind of the same thing with the...
seconds to the other one.
Shit! Nope, gotcha. What I like about the combat in this... Okay, I know there's a third one. That's right, it's up there. Shit! Okay. Alright.
Spidey boy, Spidey boy.
I believe there's a...
Spidey boy, Spidey boy
one up
things.
here.
I remember the last time we were playing, you had just those two left.
Oh,
I
that's
think you have
right.
to, like,
Oh, that's right, because there's no other
beat
bombs.
these
So I gotta
guys.
beat these guys now. But no, as I was saying, what I like about the combat is just... I mean, it's kind of similar to the first Spider-Man games, even going back to the Arkham games. How you have to switch up your fighting style with different guys and use different attacks. Like, yeah, you can use that Thunder Punch on any of the enemies, but, like, it's best...
Was that Cop Man? Cop Man's here to save the day!
NYPD man!
What are his powers?
The law.
I am the only superhero sanctioned by the government.
Judge Dredd it's like Judge Dredd's just DLC. Like
Yeah.
Judge Dredd, it's like the crossover you never thought we wanted, but you really
Oops.
needed.
You just messed up her hair, man. She was spending a lot of time in the salon.
Listen, I don't care. You know, you want to.
You want to perform villainy?
Yeah, I don't care if you spent
Your hair
$80
gonna get
for a
messed
blowout.
up. I like how that cop in the back is just staring at a pillar.
Oh yeah,
I've locked down this pillar, guys.
it's not going anywhere.
It's not going anywhere.
I've got my sights locked on it.
I protect the pillar. I protected it.
It's
It's okay, Spider-Man. I got this pillar.
It's his. It's like that pillar is to that one cop what the bell tower was to Quasimodo. It's just like I will give my life to this thing.
These bells.
Oh, we got a new suit, I think.
Woo!
Let's see what we got. Or a suit's page. Oh, we got new upgrades. And that's the thing too is again, this is one of those things where you can, if you do all the stuff, you can kind of. We didn't get a new suit. Oh wait, no, that's a great responsibility. Okay, no, we didn't get a new suit. Yeah. Okay. So basically, like, you can kind of build pathways to how you want your Spider-Man to be. So no two paths are the same. So like, you can focus on like web attacks. You can focus on maxing out health, or like for example, like the suit we just did. You can, if you have if you collect skill points, you can upgrade the hood, meaning the mask. You can have like your eyes will catch different things, and it'll help you in battle. Or you can do the suit yourself, so you'll take like less damage. There's actually an upgrade you can have, I believe it's for a suit, where for any suit you wear, that whenever you punch someone or do like a finisher on somebody, basically, they disperse like an electric charge that you can collect and use for your venom attacks. So it has stuff like that, which is really cool. Again, it's the way that they added to this game. It's really awesome. Like the customization in this game is really good.
So he already figured it out.
Yes.
Since I don't know the story of this game, and we're aware of who this individual is.
Yes.
How is that going to function, like story-wise, knowing that the Prowler now knows your secret identity?
So it's one of those things. Without spoiling anything, let's just say he becomes a very protective parent because Miles' dad is gone.
He's gone. Yeah.
Yeah. He died in the first game. So
From being too sexy.
not really.
Damn it!
It's kind of a terrorist attack by Mr. Negative.
So it wasn't because he was too sexy.
No.
No, Mr. Negative was like, you know what? This guy's too cute, and he needs to die.
Wow.
Hey, it's the best way which we can honor him. Just tonight's breaking story: local man dies because he was too sexy. A terrorist organization headed by the sinister Mr. Negative has targeted local area man Mr. Morales.
And that's the thing, too, is
Collectibles.
well, you do like weapons cache, and that adds like you can do like skill points and stuff you can have like experience. So basically, like when you do small tasks, you're not like wasting your time and doing small things like, oh, I'm doing this, but it doesn't really pay off. No, like getting all the weapon caches pays off because it's like it unlocks or helps you unlock certain things. So they all play a pivotal role in like how well your Spider-Man plays and what kind of upgrade you can have and yeah. So like stopping crime helps get you. You know, you don't have to stop every crime, but like stopping crimes get you XP, and XP allows you to unlock more things. And certain suits require you to do certain tasks and perform certain tasks before you can unlock them. Or you know, so it's like the progression and the suits and everything are really tied well into the overall game and what you can play and what you can do as Spider-Man and again it's important to get as many upgrades, I will say, in this game as you can by the game's end because you're going to need them.
Is this Spider-Man's version of
Whack-a-mole?
What would it be called? Whack-a-driver?
Yeah.
I just thought of something. So if anyone watching this is familiar with comic books in any way, shape, or form, they would know that there is a DC universe that is dedicated specifically to darkness, so the Dark Multiverse. And I was thinking, what would the Dark Spider-Verse be?
Dark
Like
Spider-Verse
the dark version. So if Marvel was to do a dark universe like they did for like Batman Who Laughs, I mean all the different Batmans, all the different Flashes, all the there is the Batman Doomsday, all that kind of stuff. What do you, Nick? Because I have a take that I think would be interesting. What do you think the Dark Multiverse Spider-Man would be?
Man Spider, without a doubt. It would
but
be...
like, what would his thing be? Like each of them have like the drowned one is the Dark Multiverse Batman / Aquaman.
Okay,
right?
yeah.
Or the Batman Who Laughs, who is a Batman who is infected by the Joker toxin, and now he's the Joker and the Batman at the same time, and he has all of the skills and talents of the Batman, but the insanity of the Joker.
Oh, okay.
So
well,
in
that case,
I'm not saying like what amalgamation of characters, but like what do you think?
Well, they
based off of Spider-Man's history, would his like dark version be?
They kind of already did that. I forgot the name of the run, but there was a run where basically Doc Ock becomes Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And it was not a good run. But in it, like he like it's very weird. It's Doc Ock and Peter Parker's body, and he has like so in it what he does is he's very like bent on like creating a company, I believe, and don't quote me because it's been a year since I've read it, but like creating a company and basically kind of becoming, but not really, the Norman Osborn, if you will, of Spider-Man. It's kind of like what if Spider-Man was like a guy who owned this giant tech company and stuff like that. So it's kind of be like maybe it's a Spider-Man who has been, maybe he wasn't bit by a spider. Maybe it was more like he was injected with some sort of gas, like the Green Goblin, where it caused him to like just go insane or like see certain things. and then he was Spider-Man, but he had like Norman Osborn's mentality, that split kind of personality, that inner demon he was fighting, if you will, with Green Goblin. So maybe something like that.
Okay.
Yeah. And again, going back to the Doc Ock thing, I could be totally wrong, but I do remember like in the Spider-Man comics of like this again 5, 6, 7 years ago, Peter was like the head of like his own company basically and stuff like that. And yeah, it was not really that. I did not like that run at all.
So you think that he would be infected by
he would be the Norman? It would be like Norman Osborn. Like what if Norman Osborn was Peter Parker? Basically.
Okay. What if Norman Osborn became Spider-Man instead?
Yeah, because we
kind
of had that with Lex Luthor and Superman comes with Lex Luthor becomes Superman, Jim Gordon becomes Batman. Yeah, so we've had those like switches, but it would be really interesting to see. Or honestly, like, what would it be like if Cletus Cassidy was Spider-Man?
Yeah. Or
it would have
Eddie
to
Brock
be
was Spider-Man instead. But,
well, Eddie Brock.
Eddie
Brock. Well, not really, because the thing with them is they kind of turned into an anti-hero and stuff like that, and kind of like an agent in comics of like a few years ago. I think like if you honestly did, and again, this could be like taken a little bit too much from the Batman Who Laughs. You could have a what if Cletus Cassidy was Spider-Man, or
because the Batman Who Laughs was actually Bruce Wayne,
right?
And that like. The thing that was interesting about the Dark Universe is how each of those Bruce Waynes became the drowned one, or not. It's not the drowned one. I can't remember what the Batman who takes over the role of Aquaman was. Their name was, but basically they killed Aquaman. And by, like, the rules of that universe's Aquaman's Atlantis, like, if you killed him, you became the new ruler of Atlantis.
Yeah.
So, like, they were still Bruce, but, like, the ruler of Atlantis in a weird way. So, if it was Miles, like, the thing that I was thinking is, what if when Uncle Ben dies?
Yes.
It breaks his mind. Like he didn't have it would literally come down to he did not have the conversation with Uncle Ben about great power comes great responsibility.
Okay.
And he instead, when Uncle Ben dies, Uncle Ben's the only person that like realistically was like, I don't know, not tethering him, but like basically it's his father figure, right? So when that person dies, all he can experience is vengeance in his heart, and as he becomes Spider-Man, he's still doing a lot of the early Spider-Man things like fighting crime and trying to stop people. But I feel like at a certain point, because he doesn't have the great power comes great responsibility. His great power would start to manifest in a unhealthy way. That causes him to go a little power crazy, and so he starts to like, instead of just incapacitating villains, like he like starts going and actively like hunting and killing villains, and like starts to take matters into his own hands, into his own webs, should I say? That like. I kind of almost want... I had this really, like, the first thought that I had was, like, as a sign to other villains that they shouldn't do what they are doing, he would, like, take a villain and make an example out of them by, like, dismembering them and hanging parts. Like really... But it's the Dark Universe, right? So, like, you get to go that extreme, but, like, he would take Doc Ock and, like, put a different part of his body in different parts of the city, you know?
that kind of like darkness reminds you of the Batman run where they did the reverse where Bruce Wayne dies and you have Thomas Wayne becomes Batman, and his mom becomes Joker.
And Batman uses guns and his mom, but like, because he misses that one conversation,
that one pivotal thing that
really allows him to like stay strong and remain heroic, because those words are what are like the most influential things. One of the most influential things that Spider-Man has ever heard, right? And it's kind of attributed to the Spider-Man story as a whole. if he didn't hear that, and his uncle died, who was his only, his father figure, would that drive him to a darker side? And then, by the same token, would he use Venom and like have Venom as a part of himself?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like he wouldn't give up. He wouldn't like say, "Oh, this isn't healthy for me to have." Blah blah blah. He would just have Venom. Like he would continue to maintain the negativity, and Venom would like continue to corrupt him, etc. There would be no Eddie Brock Venom, etc.
But wouldn't that just? That's interesting. But wouldn't that just turn him into just a Carnage who's wearing Spider-Man suit?
Yeah, but it's the Dark Universe. He gets to it's Spider-Man. Like there would be no Carnage.
Oh,
because Venom would not have access to Cletus Cassidy.
It would have its host with Peter Parker.
And all it came down to was one missed conversation.
So you're saying that in this universe, Peter Parker has Venom, but he's not walking down the street doing finger guns at people.
Yeah, exactly. But he's not. He doesn't have the moral sensibility to be like, having this suit is causing me to turn down a path that is unhealthy and unright. It's more along the lines of, this is extra power that I now have to make me stronger, and it corrupts him further.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, because he doesn't have that moral compass from the conversation with Uncle Ben.
Well, also they kind of showed it. Now, granted, it was like he didn't purposely kill the man, but in the first Spider-Man movie, the Sam Raimi movie, the guy who kills Uncle Ben dies. But it's not because like Peter threw him out of a window. It was mostly because the guy tripped on a pipe and fell out of a window.
But
Peter
killed him.
But Peter literally. But there was that point though where Peter, if you felt like Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man was going to kill him.
Yeah.
He's like, what about my uncle? Did you give him a chance? And like, and yeah, like.
So if instead he didn't have that conversation with Uncle Ben and he killed the guy instead,
I think he did kill the guy because. I remember the guy points the gun at him, and he, like, breaks his hand. I think kicks him or something like that. Or the guy falls back after he breaks his hand, and then he trips on the pipe and falls backwards out the window.
So, but the thing is that could be deemed more of an accident than...
Right.
But I'm saying, what if he used his powers to purposefully murder that person?
Oh, yeah.
Like, to get full-on pure revenge, and then, because he doesn't have that moral compass anymore... Like, now we can use Venom to its full extent. And, like, what would that bring? Like, the nightmare scenario that could bring. Especially with, like, the new stuff that's happening with Null, the Dark God, etc. But, like, there's so many, like, interesting dark avenues that would be super interesting to see. I mean, Marvel, unfortunately... They can't do a run like that because it's like, hey, we saw that this was really successful in the in the DC universe. Let's do it too, and people would be like,
I mean, they both take from each other, so it's not like
exactly.
It wouldn't be new. Oh shit, I'm about to die.
Woo!
I think.
Do your kiss moves, extra kisses.
I can swing a bag of cement that instead.
That's not kissing, Nick. Kissing restores health. Ooh,
that's such a cool fucking
Yowzer.
Move. That's such a cool fucking
You just like
move.
Reverse defibrillated them. Defibrillated them.
Yeah, pretty much.
Uh-oh. Dang, boy.
This is why I love this game. These games because you can literally the environment is so useful.
It's available to you.
Yep. It's like, oh, you're in a pinch? What's that? Well, hey, you can pull this thing down on top of these guys, and it'll knock them out. I got something.
I'm sure that man landed on a very comfortable cushion of spiderweb.
Yes. Yes. Or actually, the building itself spawned spider webs and just captured them. And just held them there for safekeeping. Oh... God.
Dang! That's a bit of a big explosion. That's bigger than normal.
Yeah, pretty
much. That's not just your regular explosion.
Nah.
That's not your everyday explosion. Here and there, a little explosion never hurt nobody, but that's one you should probably investigate.
Yeah. No, I'm telling you right now, man, these cutscenes with the Spider-Verse suit just add so much. Like, it's so aesthetically pleasing. Oh my god. I can't wait. What I'll do is when we're done recording, I'll show you. We'll hop into the game where I have pretty much completed the actual game. I'll show you all the suits because there's some badass suits in there.
Are there any suits with increased kissing capabilities?
Maybe. I said maybe. That's not a yes.
You know,
I mean, there's.
it's worth a risk.
Yes.
Am I going to risk it all?
Yes. And speaking of risking it all, we're going to do some crazy stuff on this bridge in the next episode of Reviewcade. So as always, it's called a teaser, ladies and gentlemen. So as always, subscribe to our channel. Thank you, everybody, for who has subscribed so far. And of course, ring the bell icon, click on it. So that way when we do upload new videos, you get notifications and you'll get to watch new Reviewcade whenever new videos come out. So as always, thank you. Follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/ReviewCade. Also on Instagram and Twitter @ReviewCade as well. And if you have a game request, email us, reviewcade@gmail.com. And we will see you all on Sunday with more Spider-Man.